Good morning everyone, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming, my home of tips, tricks, guides and tunes for Forza Horizon. And we're on to championships today, overnight parts. Okay, these cars are definitely rammy. Edinburgh New Town is our first event for this one. And I'll go into this and go through stuff with you. It's Japanese style and it's a street racing for a Toyota Supra 92. And the events for this one are Edinburgh New Town, North Coast Rush and Coastal Charge. That's what you got. Okay, fair enough. Bit of spiel off Kira here that you normally get. And remember, if you do like this video, if you found it useful, hit the like button, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about this event, especially if you're a new player, because I am interested to know. And I'm going for the Civic, the Honda Civic Type R, from 2015. Seasonal tune, A-class, share code up on the screen right now. And you go into your find tune section, into your tuning and upgrade menu, find tunes, and you can search for this share code and it will come up with this, and you just apply it to the car and download it. And this is definitely a pretty decent thing for this event, and it's on the auto show, this car is. It's not a rare car, it's not one you have to dig around the auction house for. It is actually on the auto show and it's pretty cheap. So, overnight parts, Edinburgh New Town. And I'm going to start the race. And for this, I forgot to go in and show you this stuff, but you need to be on highly skilled. Otherwise, you will not get your seasonal completion. It does mean that the drivers are a little bit harder than you normally expect, but other than that, you can sort of work your way around it. This car's pretty respectable, and it is just a case of working up towards the front. And street scene is definitely very cheaty. I've totally slid that. I've got my traction on and I've got my stability off because I do like to try and take corners, you know, and that's my choice. But outside of the difficulty setting, any other options you enable are purely down to your own preference, or I'll definitely say leave rewind on because it definitely does come in useful. I'm in 5th place, right? 40% now, 40% of the way through. This isn't looking good, but I'm going to push it a little bit because it's A-class, it's not like hypercar racing. I'm just trying to battle with these guys, and it's mad. So battling for 3rd place. I got a 3rd place there. You're ramming me. You lot are definitely getting dirtier. Street racing's always been pretty dirty, but I think they actually are getting dirtier. So for this, as a rule of thumb to win the championships, because a quick guide to the championships consist of 3 events. And you complete these 3 events and you get points. You get 20 points for 1st place, 16 points for 2nd place, and it just go down from there. And after these 3 events, you need to have more points than anyone else at the end of it, which, as my general rule of thumb, is that you'll be looking at 2 wins, i.e. 20 points on 2 of your events, that's 40 points, and a 2nd place on one of the other ones, on the 3rd one, because that will give you 56 points out of a total of 60, meaning that nobody else can get 56 points. Although if you can win each one, go for it, win them, get more XP, get more credits, but 2 wins and a 2nd place, that's generally the minimum you need. But I'm skipping through this stuff. I'll go on and I'll show you the next event in this series. And when you go back into the map, and I'll pull the map up now, what you're looking for are these little white ones. They're the ones within your current championship. So I'm going to do a fast travel because I've unlocked all of that stuff. I've done all the boards and everything, and I've basically got the fast travel. And it's North Coast Rush. So skip through it again. I'm picking my Honda. I'm not exactly sure why the car's not showing up in my card. I really don't. Some cars don't. So we're here now, North Coast Rush, overnight parts, and I'm going to continue the event. Okay, right. Go, 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 pulling away. I've got one victory and I need to get one more victory in a second at a minimum, but I am going to be pushing for 2 more victories because nobody wants to be second, right? And 5th place on this one. These guys have gone off on one. They're absolutely loony. They've proper gone off on one. And yeah, we're doing all right, right? I'm only about 12% away through and I'm in 5th. I'm catching up. The last event I was miles behind, still caught up. A little bit of cheeky overtake and I've got 2nd place. That was all right. The rain on here admittedly doesn't help so much because you do slide. Careful on this corner. It's also useful if you don't mind losing a little bit of credits to put full racing line on because it gives you much more advanced warning of between you to slow down. And on certain events where you're not exactly sure, particularly cross-country ones, where the flags are until you're pretty close to them, it does give you a pretty decent guideline as which direction you generally need to be moving in. And that's sort of why I do it, because it definitely helps me out. But I've got 1st place. Carefully does it round there. You have to be really slow on this one. Really slow. But then as soon as you get back onto the road, it needs to be foot to the floor and just get your speed up again. And these guys are tailing me. So I'm hitting the brakes down. A little bit late. But I did slide. But it doesn't, it hasn't affected me. That's all right. That's sound. That's fine. And with these championships, as I was saying, yeah, it's you do these championships. It's like 3. You go and you do one, then 2 white ones appear on the map, and you just go to your map and pick one of them, do that. You go back to your map and you do the final one. And if you get the most points, you get the reward and you get the seasonal completion. That all goes towards your backstage passes and like your 50%, your 80% stuff, as well as your overall series completion, which gets you some pretty nice cars sometimes. And yeah, I've missed it. Yeah, I thought I'd miss that one. Rewind it a little bit, not fully paying attention. Sometimes you just clip the smoke on this stuff and it just works, right? Other times it doesn't. And on that occasion it did not work. I've got a little bit of a distance, not a lot, but it doesn't matter so much. This Honda is absolutely kicking it. This is absolutely rocking it, and it's doing a really good job. It's cheap, it's pretty respectable handling, and yeah, it is. So right, so definitely this is a car I recommend, because I am going to try something else on the next event, because there was something which was sort of like playing on my mind a bit. I wonder. And I thought, I'll give it a try, but I would definitely say to all of you watching this Civic is the way to go. Regardless of what I do on the next one, this is the way to go. This is the car you want for this. And the finish line is up here, and it looks like I'm getting myself another victory. So that's 2 for 2. Can't go far wrong. So there you go. Job's a good one. 1st place. And I get 20 points there. And as it skips through, it says 40 points. Okay, LostPhoenixUK winner. Let's skip it. So back into the map, and one more left. Coastal Charge. It's one of the less annoying street scene events, in my opinion. So I'm fast travelling over. We're here, Coastal Charge. Let's get into it, Japanese style. But I'm going to try something different. I've got my A-Class tuner, my Scooby 04. This is quite hard to get, although it did appear on the Super 7 quite recently. I like this car. This is one of my favourite cars, and I wanted to give this a try. This is a more recent tune I put on for Fortune Island, and I want to give it a go. I'm not recommending it to you guys. Honestly, I'm not. Right? I'm saying use the Civic. That is far better. But it's just something that goes, you know what? I want to see how this gets on. So I thought, I'm pretty sound. I'm all right. I only need 2nd on this. So let's see how I get on with the Scooby in the final event. And yeah, it's okay. It is a good car. However, I honestly don't think it's got anything on the Civic when it comes to this sort of event. Yeah, that's too big. That really is. whatever it is, that Final Fantasy car, that's far too big. That's massive, and that's not suitable for us. But I've got myself into second place here, and you've got this hitting a car, not good, bouncing around. As you can see, this is set up as a rally car to throw around, to drift and do stuff like this. It's not ideal for street racing, right? This is why I'm not recommending it to anyone. I just thought I'd try it because it was sort of, would it work? How would it go? Is it respectable? So definitely go for Civic. And I've got to try and catch up with this, mupp it up the front here now. I may have actually gone off on one, but I do know on this event there's quite a few places where you can just keep going when you're supposed to slow down, like that one. There you go, bye. That's it, past you, but that's a lot harder than it needed to be, so definitely go for that Civic, right? This is just me having a mess about in a Scooby. Totally wide. Yeah, so I mean, my handling on this is far too playful for this sort of event. I did do it for a Dirt Series event. Around here, avoid you. These non-player cars are definitely annoying, but I guess when you're doing illegal street racing, the option isn't really there to actually start closing off roads. Yeah, okay, I got first place. You got this one tailing me back there, so I mean, worst case I get second place, right? But I've got first place in my Scooby. Great fun, but definitely not a patch on the Civic. The Quartz Regalia D, that's the big one, which, that's a nightmare and a half. So yeah, 60 points. Good, that's all good. Overnight parts completed. Got bing bing bings. You've got different levels of completion. And this gets me, what does it get me? The Toyota Supra 92. Okay, fair enough. Got a few credits on that one. And basically that is that. If you found this interesting, if you found it useful, hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of these championships. And until next time, thank you for watching. Take it easy and happy driving.